To paraphrase Will Ferrell from the movie Anchorman 1, the WWE Universe is in a glass case of emotion. Wow, what a roller coaster of an evening. Zack Attack is here with my WWE review for this Monday, October 22nd, 2018. This was supposed to be the Raw go-home show before Evolution, the all-women's pay-per-view. Despite the lack of a good card, I think some matches will step up, especially Charlotte and Becky, maybe Nikki and Wanda. But we'll see how that pay-per-view turns out. But the hype for that pay-per-view was stepped aside, because a lot of big moments happened during this Raw, probably one of the best Raw in weeks, with some emotional depth added to it. Some good stuff, some tough stuff. So, let's get rolling. Let's admit to ourselves, the WWE is in definite full-on panic mode. They don't have a lot on their plate, and boy oh boy, a lot more was added on today. In the hours leading to Raw, there was a report out that not only will John Cena and Daniel Bryan refusing to work Crown Jewel, adding more fuel to the controversial fire of the old WWE Saudi Arabia thing, but also the report said that Roman Reigns was injured. Now, there was another report later on that contradicted that, saying that Roman was healthy despite the fact he missed all the house shows this weekend, that he was just taking the weekend off, that he was not injured. Well, he is hurt. Not physically, but eternally hurt. We began Raw with Roman Reigns. Normally, we would give Roman Reigns just say, hey, it's Roman freaking Reigns, the guy who's shoved down people's throats, the character that is supposed to be the top guy that no one wants to be the top guy. It always gets the crowd pumping because he gets a reaction. But tonight, it was not Roman Reigns coming out. It was actually Joe Anoa'i, his real name. He gave an emotional speech saying that he has battled leukemia. He had leukemia. He's been living with leukemia for about 11 years. And now the leukemia has returned. So the report that said that not only were people boycotting Crown Royal, a report also saying that Roman Reigns was hurt, despite being feuded, was in fact sadly true. Apparently, Roman might have had a checkup and might have seen his leukemia return. It was probably, I hate to say this, with this emotional depth to it, it's probably one of the best promos Roman's ever done because he had so much emotion because of this sad situation. Now, there are going to be some cynical people, and I thought that too, like an idiot, that this was indeed a work to get people to cheer Roman again. But you cannot joke about this. You cannot have a guy fake cancer to get over. You can't do that. But you are talking to a company that faked Mr. McMahon's death, but then a real life death made him ixnay that storyline. So, but I truly don't believe this is a work. He was speaking from the heart, and the crowd was emotionally invested to it. And it was sad to see this. You know, whether you love or hate Roman Reigns, the character, you gotta feel for the man. He finally achieved the Universal Championship after chasing after it for most of the year, losing to Lesnar twice at Mania and at the Gur, and then finally winning it at SummerSlam. And despite having a shitty title defense against Braun Strowman that was overbooked to hell, with a screwy finish with Lesnar getting involved, you know, you gotta feel for Roman having to forfeit his title like this. Now, people want Roman to lose the title, but not like this. So Roman gave an emotional speech saying this is not a retirement speech. I'm going to go and kick the hell out of cancer's ass like I did before, and I'll be back home to prove to everybody that no matter what they do, no matter what cards are in my hand, whatever the cards are dealt for me, I will always be a fighter. Roman, emotional, walked up back to the ramp where his Shield brethren, Dean and Seth, would meet him and do one last Shield pose, probably for the last time in a while. So, a lot of sad significances here. Not only is Roman the second Shield member to have to forfeit a major title thanks to injury. You know what happened with Seth Rollins in the WWE Championship back in 2015. But also, sadly, the Universal Championship, which has already felt cursed to begin with, now adds more to its cursed mystique sadly, that this is the second guy to lose the Universal Championship by forfeit of an injury, due to injury. We saw what happened to Finn Balor, and now Roman Reigns. The Universal titles had a very weird history. Finn got hurt when he won it. Then Kevin Owens had the reign, which was an okay win, and it's shitty-ass Goldberg match. And Goldberg only had a time for less than a month just to lose it to Lesnar, who had an uneventful reign by having it for a whole freaking year and a half and not defending that title with the shit. And then he finally lost it to Roman. And now Roman has to forfeit it. So, the title is already back down. Now it's like, man, the title's not helping careers. It's not helping anybody. It's not elevating anybody. So what does the title future hold? And also, what happens to that Crown Royal? I keep calling it Crown Royal sometimes. Crown Jewels triple threat match. We'll find out those answers later. But with that and the emotional reaction to Roman Reigns' situation, the show must go on, people. That's what WWE's saying about Crown Jewel still being in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, we would start our action evening with Finn Balor against Bobby Lashley. Good news. Yay! Finn's not wrestling! Calm! Ginger! Yay! They're dying with each other. Yes! For the last few weeks, we've seen Finn and Jinder or Bayley and Alicia promoting the Mixed Match Challenge, so we get to finally see Finn wrestle somebody else. Bobby Lashley, guy, has been interacting with for the last few weeks backstage and also in between matches after Balor beat Jinder again. So they have a pump match with these two, and Leo Rush, being the obnoxious heel manager, of course, got to distract not only the fans with his mic talking, distracted Finn for a bit. This match was decent. Bobby Lashley did pick up the advantage after the distraction from his manager, blabbing. Beating down on Balor a bit with his powerful strength. He did do some big moves, including trying for the vertical suplex, delayed vertical suplex, but then, of course, Balor would get out of it, would do the sling blade, and was trying to do the coup de grace, but Lashley would roll out of it, and Balor would land back on his feet. But as Bobby was going for a big finisher, his C4 finisher, Balor would roll him up. 1, 2, 3 victory for Finn Balor. So, too sweet, Balor wins. And Bobby loses by a fluke. It didn't get paid completely clean. It was like a quick roll-up. So it doesn't hurt Bobby, to say the least. But we could see 50-50 booking with Bobby winning next week. But at least Balor gets some momentum. And hopefully one day, he'll be champ again now that Roman Reigns is out. So, but we'll see what direction they take. So Lashley chance did not help the big man as the little man, the 24 piece of gold, 23-year-old piece of gold. Leo Rush got shut down tonight. Now on to our next matchup. Sasha Banks against Ruby Wyatt. These two will be 2/3 of a tag team match. I feared this match was going to be booked after last week, with Sasha Banks returning to help Bayley and Natalya out and able to set up a 6-woman match at Evolution against the Wyatt Squad. Sadly, that match is happening. Evolution, they had a lot of time to build this card up, yet it's kind of lazy booking here. Sasha and Bayley should be wrestling each other, but instead of stupid storylines not been properly booked, and now they're going to be teaming up together. Look at what happened with Charlotte and Becky. That's a great friendship broken up angle done right. Sasha and Bayley had so many chances. Creative had so many chances to pay off this great possible feud with Sasha and Bayley and having them face one-on-one at Evolution for no nonsense. Nothing. 6-woman tag. What a fucking waste. But this match was still pretty easy here. Ruby came back with some big moves. There was some decent spots here with the women here. Trying to at least get some momentum for Evolution. Including a big kick from Ruby at one point. But then, of course, we did see, the eventual... We had all the women at ringside. They're going to be in the 6-woman match. We had, of course, Wyatt's friends, Logan and Morgan at ringside alongside Natalya and Bayley. So after the early onslaught from Ruby, of course, Miss Miss Banks came back with some big moves from home, double knees, Mediola, and was trying to put Ruby into the bank statement until Logan tried to come in, but they barely called the pass. We had a little brawl on the outside as Sasha got distracted from this brawl involving Natalya, Bayley, and Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. And with that distraction, Ruby took advantage of that, getting Sasha set up for the Wyatt kick, got it connected, and the 1-2-3 victory for Ruby Wyatt. So good news and bad news. The good news is, even with some interference, Ruby Wyatt beats Sasha Banks. Bad news is, that means Natalya, Sasha, and Bayley are going to win on Sunday. So, there you go. Anyway, that'll be our last match for a while. We had a lot of segments. So, Evolution, step aside. We had some Crown Jewel promotion. Despite the fact it should be canceled, but hey, WWE, the show must go on. Politics be damned. DX would come out to answer the promo from Taker and Kane from last week. Yes, this match doesn't need to happen. Shawn doesn't need to come out of retirement, but at least they're trying to build it up so much. They're doing their damnedest to make us give a fuck about it. That promo from Kane and Taker was pretty good, but DX would shoot it down with a great promo, breaking a little kayfabe, saying Triple H's like, it was good for you, Kane and Taker, to shoot in a boiler room in Knoxville, Tennessee, where you are mayor, by the way. You know, they mentioned nostalgia, and the fact that they're bringing back nostalgia with the DX reunion, and the fact that Halloween, the classic horror film, is now being rebooted, and now it's #1 in the box office. So bringing all that up, we're ready to do their farewell. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. The lights flickered, the gong hit, and we thought Taker Kane was there. Nope, we had another video promo. This was unfortunate timing for this promo to air. Taker and Kane were in a graveyard, delivering a little chilling promo as they were digging the graves of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Bad time to dig up graves when Roman Reigns just admitted that he's got leukemia again. Bad timing for this. Anywho, yes, this match doesn't need to happen, but the bill for it is decent. Trying to make us give a hell about it. You know, the bill's been decent. Match itself should be okay. Maybe a little better than Triple H and Taker at the Super Showdown. The match was just, yeah. So, see what happens at Crown Jewel. And speaking of Crown Jewel, I mentioned with Roman Reigns' medical situation, now that leaves a question mark concerning the Universal Championship's future, especially at Crown Jewel, which is supposed to be Roman against Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. Well, they decided to turn it into a singles match. It will be Braun Strowman against Brock Lesnar for the vacated Universal title. I hope they add someone to the mix. They may add someone, especially after this segment. But if they decide to keep it one-on-one, I think this is a message, not just from me, but from the entire WWE Universe. Lesnar better not fucking win! We don't want to go back to the way it was before when we became champion. We don't want another part-time championship reign. With Rollins not defending its IC title for shit, we don't need another title not defended for shit. If Lesnar's champ again. Grrr! That was not intentional. Grrr! As in the Grand Royal Rumble. Grrr! The last time he made me a bang. So we let Paul Heyman come out. He delivered a poignant speech about Roman to begin here. You know, great speech from him. But of course, he had to go about selling Crown Jewel to you. Now that it will be Lesnar against Strowman one-on-one. As he was talking down to Strowman, Strowman would come down himself to deliver some big words. Saying that I feel for Roman, I wish for him to get well, and when he does get well, and if I win the championship, which I will defend every Monday night, not like your little bitch of a beast, I will give Roman the first shot. But for now, Brock's gonna get these hands, so Braun Strowman's face again. Good, because he broke up with McIntyre and Drew at the end of the main event last week, which would sadly end up being Roman's last televised match for a while. After an accidental claymore from Drew cost him the match. And they've been teasing a breakup of not just the Shield, but also the Dogs of War. But Dogs of War would break up eventually last week. Not the Shield breaking up. I said a faction was broken up last week, but not the one that everyone thought was going to break up. That was the Dogs of War breaking up, not the Shield was. Even Dean's and the whole Dean thing. But now, Strowman's here face again, thank God. And now with him face again, with emotional death, now that we need a new champion, it's the perfect time to pull the trigger on Strowman becoming champion. Unless they may want to make Drew McIntyre the champ. Because after Strowman's promo, as he was walking back to the ramp from out of nowhere, bang! Drew McIntyre comes out to deliver a big claymore to the Monster Among Men. In a backstage promo earlier, he said he's not scared of Monster Among Men. He's going to be monster hunting. And he got him. So who knows? Maybe he'll be added and making a triple threat after all. With Strowman and Lesnar. With Drew McIntyre replacing Roman. Hopefully it is. Because we've seen Lesnar and Braun in a one-on-one match with regular Wolves. That was, of course, last year at No Mercy, if I'm not mistaken. And it was, like, not good of a match. Not just the fact that Lesnar won, but also the match was just unexciting. Because it was regular Wolves and Braun couldn't do any Braun things because it was a regular match. So we'll see what direction we head towards Crown Jewel. Now on to our next scenario with the Almighty Elias. Come back to sing a song about Apollo Crews. There's a new update on him last week. Hey, it's kind of cool. He got some airtime, you know. I like Apollo Crews. I've always been a fan of his since he debuted in NXT. But like many, I agree he should have never gone up to main roster like he did. He came up too soon and suffered because of it. With a lackluster main roster run, especially with Titus Worldwide, which almost got him over, but not exactly. But now he's trying to get over by using Elias as a jump board. And we would get that match right now. Elias against Apollo Crews. The fact that this was probably the first match in over an hour, and the fact no one cares about Apollo Crews, the fan was just disinterested in this match. But it was decent for what it was. With Apollo coming with his big, flashy little moves, but Elias will come more back with his big moves, a big clothesline, and all that. Then, of course, Apollo Crews make the comeback with some big kicks, and of course, a standing shooting star. But as he was going for his finish, Elias would hook onto the ropes, sucker in Apollo for the drift away, and 1-2-3 victory from Elias. He did a drift away, by the way, after a jumping knee. So a jumping knee, drift away, victory for Elias. So Elias so happy about his victory, he came back out after the match and after commercial on the ramp to continue singing his song. But he got interrupted again before he got to sing a song. This time interrupted by Baron Corbin, the acting Raw GM, saying that there's so much going on tonight with this whole Roman thing. There's so much to pack in the water tonight. We gotta cut you off. Stephanie likes you and all, but if she did not like you, I would fire you right now for disobeying me. Are we seeing Elias face turn? Because Elias was like, I don't care, I'm gonna sing my song. So instead of singing about Apollo, he sang a song about Baron Corbin, saying that the world has come to pass, but now he's just a puppet with Stephanie's hand up his ass. So, with that, Elias was sent back to the back, sulking with the GM, getting his way. But I was like, he's going to come back out, he being Elias with a guitar. Called it, came back out with that guitar, bang, across the back of Corbin. Like I said, are we seeing an Elias heel turn? A face turn, should I say? Elias is already over the fans as it is, you know, because people cheer for him every week. Then, of course, he does some great heel heat by doing some great disses against the home cities teams, especially in Seattle and Chicago recently. So we'll see what direction he'll take with Elias. Now he's probably going to be a babyface, feuding with Baron Corbin. Will he be on Team Angle in Survivor Series if they have a Team Angle, Team Corbin match for control of Raw? We did see Kurt Angle later on talking about the America's Cup. I mean, the World Cup with only one world guy. You got one Mexican and 7 Americans. Mysterio, Hardy, Orton. And Miz representing SmackDown. And what we got? Angle, Cena, Rollins, and Ziggler. So, it's supposed to be the World Cup, huh? But only one resident that's not American. So, whoopee! Now, with Coleman out of commission, he was unable to supervise the contract signing for the Raw Women's Championship match for this Sunday at Evolution. So Michael Cole would have to oversee it, as we saw Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella come out. Nikki was accompanied by Brie, of course. But as Ronda came charging down to the ring, the Bellas sprinted out of the way, saying that we're not here to fight. We're here to sign a contract. But this is a contract signing. We always get a fight at these contract signings. It always breaks down. But Ronda said she'll have her word. That her word is a bond. That she will keep a word and not put her hands on the Bellas tonight. She's saving it all for Sunday. And with that, Nikki's like, ooh, Rousey's going to keep her word, huh? She's not going to hit me. Guess what? I'm going to be fun of a mother. Hey, Ronda Rousey made fun of Nikki Bella's love life last week. And it was triggered, this mother diss was triggered by Rousey saying my mother would be mad at me to disobey my word. But then Nikki's like, oh, did you keep your word to your mom that you were going to win the Olympics? Did you keep your word to your mom that you're going to win the World Nationals? Did you keep your word to your mom that you're going to retire from UFC undefeated? You thought about savage promo from Rousey last week. Nikki gonna answer it big time with his savagery. And more savagery, bam, a big bitch slap to Rousey. And she got a big mark on her face from that. Because you see her up on that slap. That was a very stiff fucking slap. But despite that, Rousey would withhold her anger, despite like getting her angry face on, or as Alexa Bliss like to make fun of it, grrr! I think like Bliss making fun of Rousey's anger face. Grrr! But then she kept it together, signed a contract. See you Sunday. That's it. We had no breaking down. There's a women's contract signing, not a men's one. But some women's contract signings do end up breaking down, but not tonight. Despite the intimidation from Nikki to make Ronda break her word with that bitch slam, well, he held a composure. We're taking all out on Nikki this Sunday at Evolution, which, as I said last week, and I'll say it again, should not be the main event. Should be Charlotte and Becky in my mind. But hey, they want to make the money. And this match being made is helping ticket sales now. I heard ticket sales were soft for Evolution until they announced Nikki and Ronda. So, it sells. Now, speaking of matches at Evolution, we have a Battle Royal. The I Need a Paycheck match. The female equivalent to the Under the Giant Battle Royal to get everyone on the card. You got so many people. You got some legends involved. You got recently named WWE Hall of Famers Ivory. Hall of Fame Ivory. We also had Molly Holly. Alonda Blaze, who is a Hall of Famer. A lot of other people. We had Tori Wilson. A lot of people in there. And we have 4 women from that Battle Royal battling in a fatal 4-way. We have Amber Moon, Nia Jax, Tamina, and Dana Brooke. 4 women who were in a tag team match last week. Now, all fighting individually. Okay, little match. Dana just let the other 3 beat the crap out of each other, specifically Tamina and Nia, and try to pick up the pieces, but that plan failed. So, okay, little match with Tamina coming as a big, in the short little sprint of a match, the women got a chance to shine a little bit before Amber would shine the brightest. Now you get a glimpse of Tamina in the 1-2-3 victory for Amber Moon winning. And I hope someone new wins this Battle Royal, and not somebody old, especially with the stipulation that the winner will receive a championship match, whether it's NXT or more specifically Raw or SmackDown. So, because we have no NXT women in this Battle Royal yet, mostly mix of Raw and SmackDown people, like Asuka, who should be in a bigger match, but the way they've been booking her all year makes me cry. It makes everybody else cry, but how they fucked up Asuka so bad, and the fact now they won't push her because she doesn't speak English, then why are you pushing Nakamura then? He doesn't speak English. Anywho, but his title reign's been shit, like Wallace's second IC title reign. Mentioned it last week. Say it again. About IC title reign for Wallace, his second reign's been horrible. Hasn't defended that title for shit. See what happens in our main event. Until then, We had another promo for Evolution as Alita and Trish was backstage talking about their match against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Well, interrupted by Alicia Fox, the messenger for Alexa and Mickie. But then after Alicia Fox touches back and left, she and Mickie would jump up and sneak attack Lita and Trish from behind, leading him out before security would come in. You're probably saying, where the hell was Bliss in all this? Well, Bliss is still battling from an injury. That's the reason why some people proposed that their match, Alexa and Trish, turn into a tag match. And also because Mickie James against Lita was not hot either. So I said this a few weeks ago. I'll say it again as well. That I would love to have seen Bliss and Trish in a singles match. But hey, the best thing about this singles match not being absorbed with the Lita and Mickie James match, with both these matches being now absorbed into a tag match, the only positive about this is seeing Trish and Mickie interact. So that's fine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we're on to our main event. The Raw Tag Team Championships on the line. As the show, Braun Strowman's former friends, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, will be defending against the Shields, Dean Ambrose and the Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins. These four need to separate from each other for a while. We've seen these four alongside Braun and Roman 2 months in the last month. This is the feud that needs to end. But whenever these four get together, or with Roman and Strowman, they make good magic. But they just need to get away from each other for a while. Hopefully this is the last match against each other. But if this is their last match for a while, which it should fucking be, this was a good match to end on. Great, especially with the emotional adage of the whole Roman Reigns situation. Rollins and Ambrose coming with a lot of emotion, a lot of speed until Rollins got isolated from Drew McIntyre. Great tag team match to main event wall. Great spots in this match. We had a similar spot to last week when Rollins and Drew were on the top rope and Drew got tied up in the tree of woe again. He grabbed Rollins while tied up from the top rope. That was cool. We saw it, kind of a variation of that spot last week, but it was cool to see it again. We also saw a reverse Alabama Slayer for McIntyre. And it was a fun match. Great. I like one spot when Seth Rollins got super kicked over the top by Drew. And despite the isolation game, he was trying to get the Dean at one point, but then Drew and Dolph keep being Seth at bay, even dragging down Dean at one point when Seth was really close to tagging him in. But then eventually Dean would get that tag. Dives and big finishes, near falls. It was an exciting match. We saw Dean coming to hot tags, big moves and stuff. And even McIntyre doing the Claymore. Then zigzag. It was very back and forth action. But towards the end, I had a feeling to myself like Braun Strowman's coming out during this match, especially after what happened with Drew earlier in the evening. And one on cue, here comes the Monster Among Men. And then immediately after that, in the midst of the chaos, there was a rev bump. So rev was down for a little bit. And then Strowman went straight for Drew McIntyre. And both guys fought through the crowd all the way to the back. So Dolph was left high and dry. And then he realized it. And he was in trouble. He grabbed his belts, trying to use it as a weapon. But then Dean would whip it from his hands and would lead Dolph right into the curb stomp and the 1, 2, 3 victory. Yes. They probably would have lost the match tonight if we didn't have the woman situation. But with the emotional depth of woman, there was no way we were not going to see a title change tonight. As Dean and Seth become 2-time. Or was it 3-time? Whatever. 3 or 4-time World Tag Team Champions. A great, powerful moment. With the emotional adage of the woman weight situation, it was a great moment for them to end on. But then, from straight out of motherfucking nowhere, the turn we thought was not going to happen happened at the weirdest time. Celebration was on. Then, just like that, Ambrose, BAM! Dirty Deeds on the Seth. Wow. As I said earlier, we were on a roller coaster of emotions. We had the whole Roman Reigns story, all Sami and sad for him to have to forfeit his title to this Unfortunate, ill-timed health situation with him. Get well soon, woman. Best wishes to you, my friend. I may have made fun of your character in the past, but we all have to admit to ourselves, everyone's human. And we gotta respect the human that is Roman Reigns, going through this bad health situation. With that, and great, powerful motion from that, and then seeing Seth and Dean with that added incentive to win the titles for women. They got to win the titles, and then Dean Ambrose, we thought was not going to turn. We thought we've been seeing this little storyline building with Dean maybe turning on the Shield. We thought that was kiboshed, especially not him turning last week. And with this whole woman thing, we're like, oh, we're putting this Dean teasing kiboshed. But now, after winning the belts, bang, he turned on Seth and beat the crap out of him all over the floor, exposed the ring canvas. Not the ring canvas. He didn't pull a jumper. He exposed the outside. He took the covering off the floor. Then he did on Seth on the floor. Wow. What a shocking way to begin Raw with Roman forfeiting his title. And what a shocking way to end Raw with Seth and Dean winning all the tag titles, only to see Dean turn on Seth. Wow. And the crowd reactions are going to be memes for days and used for days in the promo. Kevin Dunn, you silly bastard, with the camera shots. Anyway, so that's how we end Raw with Seth and Dean becoming tag team champs. But Dean did the turning. Like I said, we teased this whole Dean being the weak link. And after we saw Dogs of War break up, it's like, hey, we're not going to see that Shield break up. Especially now with the whole woman thing, but they did it. I think it added more. With this whole woman thing, it added more emotional levity to the Dean Ambrose turn. It's like, man, you and Seth just won the tag match. Your brother had to forfeit the title. Thanks to leukemia diagnosis again. And then you turn on Seth in the midst of all this. It's like, wow. Can't believe they did a turn with that. It added more to it. So, very emotional and very well done with the ending there. So there you go. Crazy, wild and crazy Wall. Bang! Wild and Crazy Kids reference, people. If Ian Riccaboni can mention Wild and Crazy Kids in his commentary, I can mention Wild and Crazy Kids on my show. On my review here. So, with that being said, that is it, my Raw review. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you so much. See you next time. And again, whether you love him or hate him, you gotta feel for Roman. Send our best wishes and prayers to Roman Reigns. Hashtag Superman Punch Leukemia. See you later. Get well, woman. Bye-bye.